Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is gonna be absolutely bonkers, and today's video is going to be a special video and very urgent because we only have a little bit time left before things get really out of control. And I'm afraid that if people don't prepare right now, they're going to get swept away with the wind. And no better person to talk to us today about that than our friend Orlando Minor. Sir, Orlando, how are you, man?
Hey, how you doing? Good, man. Good. I really appreciate you bringing me onto your platform, and let's jump right into it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So, what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to kind of go into a few things that are happening right now. Orlando's going to outline some of those things, share his opinion, and most importantly, tell you guys what you guys can be doing right now before it's too late. But you guys, do us a favor before we really dig into this video. Like this video, comment below, subscribe if you haven't, and then when you're done with that, go to my man Orlando's channel, Orlando Minor. He does amazing videos, you guys. There's a ton of value here. He's raising the alarm. He's teaching you how to be a winner on the other side of this housing market. So very valuable. Orlando, as you know, sir, I really appreciate you. I really respect your opinion. We've talked a lot off of camera. And dude,
Yeah.
I'm going to just tell everyone right now, I'm trying to be Orlando. Orlando is an absolute genius. Man, they don't even know Orlando. I mean, I don't even think people know. So you guys go to his channel, whether it's, to get value on investing, being a first-time homeowner, or if you want to just steal a thumbnail, just go and check it out, right? I apologize. I had to go there, but let's set it up, Orlando, and then I'm just going to let you take it away, brother. I mean, we're seeing so much conflicting data right now. On one hand, we're seeing rents go down, which is bad for investors. We're seeing metro areas with over 15% declines from peak. We're seeing metro areas with year-over-year decline, yet gas prices are going down. And I've heard rumors that Q3 GDP growth, right, which would eliminate the recession narrative. So there's a lot of conflicting data here, man. And I believe after midterms, things are going to spiral out of control. But where I want to start, Orlando, is with the first question is essentially this, and just do the best you can. And again, I respect you highly.
Yeah, no problem.
What happens in 3 weeks? What happens after midterms?
Well, I think that what happens in midterms is the same thing that was going to happen regardless. We have the Fed that is adamant about destroying inflation and doing whatever they have to do to push down inflation. Currently, we're at 8.3. I actually believe that we're higher than that once you take all the CPI report stuff out. And once you get rid of that, they're going to do whatever. What does that entail? That entails doing what they have to do to soften the labor market. That also means that collateral damage is going to be values in homes. And also when it comes to just the overall recession, everything is just going to continue to go down. And I'm just super excited not only to see what happens after the elections happen, but also during the holiday seasons. I think that's going to be really the teller there. How much money does the American household have to throw money into the holiday markets, but not only just the holiday markets, but a holiday market that has inflated prices?
Yeah, and I don't think those, I agree with you. That's going to be a telltale sign, So can you touch on, Orlando? Do you think any of the current data, do you think it's softened, or do you think it has been manipulated for elections to create a narrative that we're in better shape, than the reality of what we're in?
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the, I don't know if you've seen the White House reports where they kind of basically tell you exactly and kind of go over the reports. And then you see some of the reporters come out and say, hey, well, yeah, you stated that jobs were up and up, and everything's going great with jobs. But what about individuals who are working 2 to 3 jobs? That's what most of these jobs are being taken up as. Or what about the seasonal jobs that are just temporary? You guys are including this all in one ball and saying, "Hey, look, job numbers are up and up." But when you add up all these little small things, should an individual have to work 2 to 3 jobs just to make ends meet? I don't think they should. And so if you include all of those things, the job market doesn't seem as strong. And you're starting to see Wall Street and these bigger companies seeing the exact same thing, and they're starting to cut. You heard Facebook is cutting 15%. You've seen Ford cutting. You've seen all these tech companies deciding, you know what, we're going to pull back. We're going to decide to not to go hire a bunch of people. We see the writing on the wall, and that's exactly what's happening.
I mean, it's unbelievable, Orlando. And these are huge household names, yet the narrative is still the same. We're okay. Unemployment's low. We're not in a
Yep.
recession. I mean, it's shocking to me
Mm-hmm.
the lack of accountability. So once midterms is over, what reason do they have to hide it anymore? I mean, I think
Right.
it's really going to become extremely evident, which brings me to my next question. Okay. Once the recession's confirmed, once they're not able to hide the facts anymore, what level of fear do you think is going to enter the market once recession is confirmed, and how powerful do you see that fear being?
I see that once this whole midterm thing is over and the beginning of the year starts, I see the amount of media that will come out because we have seen it already start. Remember, we have been telling individuals, "Hey, look, the recession is gonna come. The housing values are gonna drop." We've been saying this months and months and months before media or anyone else really jumped on it. Now we're starting to see the media come out and say, "Hey, look, guys, values are starting to come down. A recession is probably around the corner. Hey, there may be some job losses, but why are they jumping on board now? They're jumping on board now because the evidence is straight in their face. They have no other option
Yeah.
other to say, "Oh, look, this is going to happen, XYZ." So I think when it comes to the fear portion of it, you're going to see everybody jump on board and start saying, "Hey, look, this XYZ happened. Look, the holiday season was one of the slowest, or this we haven't seen this amount of people not spend this much money on the holiday season. What is going on?" Values are going to continue to tank. Job losses are going to happen. The media, they're going to jump on board and push that message further, further, and further.
Yeah, I mean, well said, man. I mean, fear is a very powerful thing. I mean, look at the flip side of the coin. I mean, people were purchasing homes for over appraisal value. People were not even Orlando. They were not even walking
Mm,
the
mm,
property. They weren't doing inspections. I mean, they were waiving so many contingencies and safeguards that were designed to protect them in the
right.
biggest transaction of their life, and that fear of missing out. I mean, dude, things got way worse because of that. So now it's going to be quite interesting to see it shift on to the other side of the market where it's more sellers. Maybe those layoffs start coming from these tech companies. No more
Mm-hmm.
working from home. I can't afford to live here anymore. How much worse do you think the fear is going to make it than it actually has to be? Do you see what I'm saying? Because obviously the
Yeah.
fear usually manifests and overcorrects the
Right.
market, which is kind of what we
Right.
saw on the flip side of this.
Yeah, I think that as far as how much more that's going to add on to it, I think it's going to add a good amount, a modest amount, I would say. But I think the thing that I tell in my at least on my audience, and I would tell your audience to really focus on is to focus on the data, focus on the numbers, focus on what's actually happening in your market. A lot of times people will focus on what's happening in New York and they live in Texas. They'll hear about what's happening in Miami real estate, but then not focus on what's happening in their real estate in Austin or whatever, right? So you have to really keep a sharp eye on what's happening in your market and not let the fear consume you and stop you from doing stuff, especially if it's not happening in your market. It's good to be aware, but do not let the fear take over you and not allow you to move forward on the game plan that you had from the very beginning. Because a lot of people that are watching us are on the fence of buying a home and when they should buy it. And I just say, follow the data, guys. Follow the data.
Yeah, that's a solid point, man. And that's also what I'm, with the message that we're really trying to express to you guys, expect what's going to happen right around the corner. Expect there to be
Right.
so much fear that you can feel it. You can actually feel it in your bones and be strong of heart when that comes around. Remember your objective. Remember to stay encouraged, becoming the expert. But basically that brings me to our last question, Orlando. What can people do right now before things really get bad? What could people think? What could people do right now?
Yeah, I think the most important thing is to make sure that you are keeping an eye on your local area, right? That's one. Number two, it comes to your job that you're confident in that your job security is there, right? A lot of times people are deciding to buy houses when their job may be taken over by AI. Their job is getting taken over and getting weeded out. Please make sure that your jobs are secure before you decide to jump into buying these homes. Then third is to save your money. Make sure you save your money. Make sure that you put an emergency savings account onto the side. So with all three of those, that should put you in a really good position.
Absolutely solid advice, Orlando. Well, I'm sorry, opinion, because we're not financial advisors.
Right.
I hate having this, and just real quick, man, I hate having to say that every single video, and people are like, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? It's just because we work the same way, man. Like, I wish I could show them the analytics. I mean, the YouTube game is a beast, dude. I mean, it's like
it is.
It's a crazy thing, man. I mean, we're obviously honored, but obviously, guys, what we're really trying to say is just stay ahead of the affordability, understand what's coming around the corner, and don't get trapped renting. Home ownership is going to be so important coming up here in the next few months, maybe the next year or so. There's going to be so many buying opportunities for those of us who are prepared and able to stay ahead of the inflation and the unaffordability. Orlando, my friend, thank you for coming on today. Before I let you go,
man.
Do you have anything you want to say to the viewers?
No, the last thing I want to say, guys, is, and I know I'm keep knocking this home, but it's so important, is to make sure that you continue to watch my videos and real estate mindset videos so that you can keep an eye exactly what's going on. Because I know a lot of times our viewers don't look at what's going on in the news market. So keeping an eye by following us will allow you to do that, and make sure that you keep an eye on your local market, because every market isn't your local market. So I just want to knock that home.
Definitely good points, man. I definitely appreciate you. Stay with me, okay, Orlando?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Now show him some love. Go to his channel, subscribe to his channel, check out some of his videos. Obviously, super valuable. I definitely respect his opinion tremendously. Now, if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck, and I hope you win.